Okay.
Okay, Thundermother, you come from Sweden.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the band? Because I think there's probably quite a few people who haven't come across the band yet. Yeah. So.
Do you want to start?
It formed back in 2010.
Yeah, by me, in Filippa. And yeah, just I had a vision. I want to start a kick-ass rock and roll band and play 70s rock, 3-chord rock and roll, because I've been playing the opposite for a few years, like just metal and shit. And I'm so tired of that, you know. As being a guitarist, I went to school. So now I'm gonna play some real music in my mind, you know. And then I lived in Växjö by the time, and I couldn't find members that would like properly dedicated enough in that small town.
Right.
So I just took my bag, left for Stockholm without a job, nothing, and just with the goal of having a band. And I knew already then we're gonna take over the world, and I was only me in the band. So I was meeting people in the pubs and stuff. Yeah, I have a band called Thundermother. I already wrote the songs like Shoot to Kill and Rock and Roll Disaster for the first album. I already had them with me, like 4 songs I have. And Cheers and one more, Thunderous. Those were the 4 songs I lived on. And then I took in, I had some, looking for the right members a few years. And 3 years ago, this final lineup that recorded the first album was Tilda, Linda, Georgia and Claire.
And George is from Italy and lives in Sweden. I'm from Ireland, but live in Sweden now.
And the others are Swedish, friends of mine. So I took some friends in the band, and I helped them to play, because they were not used to play back then. So I made them play, you know, because I knew they had it in them, but they just didn't care so much about music by then. So I knew they were good musicians, but not super involved. Because I knew the drummers in school, and she quit playing drums since 8 years. So I pick up the sticks and come with me to rehearsal tomorrow. Because it was one of my best friends. Wow. I'm gonna have you, because we're friends. You don't have a choice. And then Claire, I found on YouTube, and she lived in Cardiff in England.
Wales, no, not England.
Oh, that makes up.
That's like saying Stockholm, Norway.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Sensitive matter.
Not by me.
Then that was just 1 month before we was going to open up for Motorhead. So she came over, did the show, and was stuck. Yeah. She loved it.
No pressure at all. You've got a month before you play with Motorhead.
Yeah, exactly. But they cancelled the same day because Levin was sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was. But we still did a show with the Turbo Negro and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Pressure of that, and the fact that I was learning and writing out lyrics.
Yeah, so
10, 11 songs I've never heard them before, you know. So.
And we never rehearsed together or nothing.
Met the day before and then went on stage. So.
And then we flew her back over a few times.
A couple of times
before we decided to a year and a half, every show paid for the flight ticket from Cardiff.
Yeah.
And then you moved over because it's easier for the band.
Yeah.
You know, living in the same city.
Yeah, definitely, because it means you can actually rehearse and things like that. Yeah.
We still don't do that.
Actually, because 2 of them, when she moved over, they moved to Gothenburg.
Yeah. So we're still
2 in Gothenburg, 3 in Stockholm. So
yeah,
it's only me and the drummer rehearsing.
Yeah,
typical.
Yeah. And you've just done your second album, is that right? Yeah. Road Fever.
Yeah, and it's the first one for you guys because we didn't release the first one outside of Sweden.
Right. Yeah.
So it's
trouble.
First one for you guys, but we have 2 now.
Right. Yeah.
With us.
And with the second one, was that you writing? It all again, or with most of the band involved?
Yeah, because I was so bored of waiting for the second one because I've been in for 2009 now, and it's 2015, 6 years soon. So I had so many songs. I still have so many songs I can use for the band.
Yeah, so you wrote all the music, and then
And then she was really eager to write as well. So you wrote some lyrics with me.
Right. And with you all sort of living different places, did you all go to get into the studio together and record, or did you sort of record
It's been
separately?
the first album was completely separately, different cities even, just sending it with some computer. And now we were in the studio together.
Half of it wasn't it?
Half.
Yeah.
Yeah, first I went down with the drummer to
Yeah.
record It's Just a Tease and the Thunder Machine and Vagabond in Skåne in Lemon Recording Studio. And then we did the rest with the whole band in Stockholm in Cobra Studios. It was so much easier when everyone was together, you know, much more fun. So we're gonna keep on doing that together next.
Right. I imagine when you're working together, there's also that bit of, actually, maybe if we just change this little bit slightly, and you can change things a bit easier, rather than, oh well, so and so's not
all
here.
Together, so it is easier if you make a decision that way than if we're in separately, because it was a nightmare then. Yeah, because it even happened even quickly. You were like, no, you should have done it like this, and then it was much easier when you could do it together.
In the studio when you didn't.
You know, so it's much better. It works a lot easier.
And I also produced it, so it's easier. Like I was sitting there with everyone.
Right.
Like the bass player, okay, go up to the high F now, like slide up there and like go down. So it's easier for everyone.
Yeah. And in terms of touring, have you got any touring planned?
We've just come off all our tours now.
Yeah.
So there will be, we're obviously in talks to do a UK again, London. But no dates have been set in stone, but we are in the process of planning it now.
We're planning a little UK trip soon.
Right, yeah.
A small one.
So that'd be a headline tour, or would that be supporting?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah. And if you could go out on tour with any band that you wanted, which band would it be?
A-Saint.
Of course.
It's our idol, so.
Failing that, Airborne, Motorhead,
stuff like that.
yeah, and classic.
Anything big, so we get big. / kidding.
Yeah, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We're free next year.
Well, that's the advantage of a support slot, isn't it? You're playing to a different audience and a bigger audience, and hopefully you win some of them over. Yeah.
That's it, and that's why it's so important to choose your support slots very carefully, because we've got offered a few things in the past, even Dead by April, didn't we? But it was like, that's not going to suit us, because it's not going to be the same
Yeah.
audience at all, so it's kind of like...
If you're going to do a buy-in on a tour with a big band, it's going to be the right band. So.
Yeah, exactly. You need to know that your audience is going to at least like what you're going to do.
Yeah. And I've seen some really badly mismatched bands before now. I saw one tour, it was a co-headline tour, and after the first of them played, nearly half the audience walked out of the venue. They didn't even stay to watch the other band. You just think, well, that was a total waste.
That's what we've been through now. We play first and then somebody left.
Yeah.
And I suppose when you're playing first, you're hoping that first of all the venue opens the doors on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the people actually turn up early to watch.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
it's nice with the headline, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen some where the venue opens the doors as the first band goes on stage, and you just think they're playing to like 30 people.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy.
Yeah, wasting time.
Yeah, it's not planned it very well.
No, and then you get others where everybody's in the venue before the support band comes on, which is so much nicer.
Yeah, exactly. Then,
Makes a difference for sure.
So I'm guessing bands that inspired you were probably like AC/DC, Motorhead, bands like that.
Zeppelin, the Helicopters, if you heard them, Swedish.
Yeah.
Like Lucifer from the old band from Norway, they don't exist anymore. And like Danko Jones as well, stuff like that, newer stuff.
And what about yourself?
As individuals, we all have our individual likes, and I'm very much been influenced by country blues, Irish folk. Love the classic rock though. It's always like T-Rex, Clearwater Revival, AC/DC of course.
Yeah, we all highly do all the classic stuff.
Yeah, I think five of us are very, very, very different when it comes to our musical tastes. But as a band, I think AC/DC sums us up nicely. AC/DC with a bit of
Judas Priest, the fan in the band, the bass player. She's only into heavy metal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And George just likes her a a lot of metal too, didn't she?
Yeah.
We're not the metal chicks.
No, we were like Southern rock.
Yeah.
Classical.
Rock classic.
Yeah, but that's where the metal balances out the folk, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But that was like when I said that we're gonna do this kind of music now.
Yeah.
Otherwise we will just be all angles.
Yeah, because you lose sense of who you are. You need to have an identity, and our identity is classic
I was
rock.
very,
isn't it?
very clear with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good to have the different influences as well.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you become pretty much like a clone of another band. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
and then that you don't want.
And everyone needs to be individual, have their own planes.
yeah, definitely. And the name Thundermother, where did that come from? Yeah.
The same week I wanted to start the band. After 3.5 beer. Very
That
easy
half
name.
was very.
I was like, from clear sky I saw the name. Yeah, mother.
Was it a clear sky or was it thunderous?
And then I wrote Thunderous after the name. Actually I did, the same fucking, after the same year. Thundermother, and I'm gonna write a song called Thunderous. It was like
So
that.
yeah, exactly.
My tiny apartment.
Yeah, because there's actually there was another band called Thundermother in the 70s,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, the
that.
first thing I did was like Google it, and I was like, okay, they're long gone, so.
Yeah, because that's the problem these days, trying to find a good band name that hasn't already been taken.
Exactly. And you also
some fuckers putting up YouTube every week on the old Thundermother, so when you search, they come up still.
yeah.
Yeah, like they don't exist anymore. Leave it.
Yeah. But it's also really good actually. The name, like people always either really love it or they don't like it. But the thing is, if you type in Thundermother to Google, you get us straight away.
Yeah.
You know, if you type in a band's name that could be a few different bands, because there's nobody in America with it. There's nobody. Like,
Just
there's
when you're
nobody.
airborne, you will have a fucking plane.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you have to be really clever and thinking. You know, okay, well, this band's name actually.
And the second thing I did was going to the domain, see if it was available, and then I bought it the same day.
Yeah.
So it's really easy for anybody who doesn't know us or doesn't, you just say, look, stick us. Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? Stick us into Google and you'll find it all, and it's easy then.
Because that's important if you're part of a band. It's easy to find.
Oh, definitely. And I sort of saw one band and Googled them. There's about 10 bands with the same name. It's just, well, okay, you just give up looking at that point.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's hard to pick.
When you come up with one band result, that's the one. It's just people then go further and listen. But
one other name I had in mind was Sideburn that was taken away.
Sideburn.
I thought it was cool because I was a female. It's brilliant. I can't have
Sideburns.
Yeah, I can't have it. But that was
the moustaches.
but you'd have had to come out wearing fake sideburns.
But how fun would that be with females who like
that would be awesome. And then have a photo shoot with these fake sideburns.
Moustaches are also taken.
Moustaches. Yeah.
And when you started the band, was it your intention to make it an all-female band, or was it just something that kind of happened?
No, it wasn't actually. It wasn't. No, I just someone in the audience because I had a guy in the band first, just a female bass player, and like a guy that drums, and the girls singing. So someone said to me, "Oh, it would be cool with a total female band." And then we planted like, I was starting to think about that. And when he left, I started looking, okay, couldn't find a girl. So I took in another guy on drums, and then he quit, and then the other quit, and I was like, this is when I moved to Stockholm.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was decided that I want to have all females. That's cool, and they exist in Stockholm because it's a big city. So it's easier to find.
Yeah.
And it's good, sounds cool, like so.
Yeah, because there's not that many sort of all-female rock and roll bands, and obviously you've got Girls' School are still going. Yeah, you've got Crucified Barbara, a bit more metal. Yeah.
We were gonna be only 4 members, was my original plan. But then I met Georgia, the other guitarist, by accident, like out on after party, Crucified Barbara after party actually. She made their logo, so I started to talk about her if she could make the Thundermother logo. And then she said that she played the guitar a little bit. And I was like, that sounds good. Maybe 2 guitars, fatter sound. I was thinking, is it easy,
Yeah.
So she'd come and audition for me, and I was like, yeah, you're in.
So I suppose out of the 2% of females, we're Not 2%. Because that's what it is, I think.
She came to the rehearsal and started playing Pantera. I was like, oh, we play, can you play ACDC? No, only Pantera.
But that's the thing, a lot of people don't like to play simple music, you know, the simplicity, whereas it's not
No, she didn't even know how to play 3 chords correct.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like art to know that stuff as well.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the rock and roll stuff, even if it's simpler musically, it's got a fun feel to it. It's just a really good time feel, isn't it? Yeah.
Sure, everybody, like, who could stick on AC/DC and not be like,
Yeah.
you know, that groove, the 4/4.
I studied there playing so much, all the exactly how to do every chord.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. And that's it. That sort of good time feel when you're on stage. Yeah, it's just the audience enjoys it, and that's what you need,
you
isn't
know,
it?
your audience a lot of the time aren't musicians, so of course you get them. But anybody who's a non-musician wants to have simple music that they can understand.
I used to listen to AC/DC on my studio monitors, and I plug out one of them, so I listen only to Angus, and I plug out the other one. And I was only to Malcolm the whole album, so I learned both ways of playing.
Right.
Nerdy.
But it works.
Yeah, but you're right though, and like some guitarists particularly, they play to show what they can do almost. My pet hate is guitarists who release a solo album, which is basically a 1 hour guitar solo with a bit of other stuff around it.
And these people that sounds like you do like woo.
And it appeals to other guitarists, and that's all. Yeah, it's
That's exactly.
You know, all you need to know if you have a good sound or a good guitar or whatever, it's just an A down to hear it crank it up if it's a good amp or not.
But that's the thing, and it's nice because you have time to shine in your solos, but at least you can just strip it back and just be calm and just play your chords.
I just enjoy doing the A down really good, loud.
No Malmsteen shit.
No, even Malmsteen. No. Except I do that now in a solo. I incorporate all of my.
That's what I mean.
skills.
You can because
Just
you
to
have
show
that time
off.
to shine because you're not.
I'm like, okay,
wanking
not so
all
many,
over a guitar.
No,
in
not so many
verse.
girls that's wanking over the guitar. Like, I'll do it then. Just for fun.
Yeah, that's it. And a solo you can show off, but the rest you don't have to do it the whole time like some do. Yeah.
Unless
and like you say,
more.
Malmsteen being a perfect example.
Not there's nothing wrong with Malmsteen, he's a bloody genius. But, you know, it's just I don't think I could sit and look at him for an hour and a half without getting bored after.
I was at his show in KB in Malmö, and it was like so many amps. It was full volume. I had earplugs, but still it was too loud.
That's ridiculous.
Earplugs and still like this.
And that's one thing I think a lot of non-musicians don't think about is earplugs. They are just so important to protect your hearing because when it's gone, it's gone.
My tinnitus is so fucking horrible right now.
You've got it too. But I think a lot of places you have to have regulations and stuff, of course.
That's why I don't feel good at home, like lying in bed. Because when I hear all the noises, I'd rather be on tour and not hearing it.
Yeah, well that's what the same.
You know what I mean?
With tinnitus,
it's too quiet.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I photograph a lot of the gigs, and you're standing right in front of the speakers, and it's a case of you really need those earplugs.
You guys feel it a lot, I think.
Earplugs now.
Yeah, particularly when you're trying to get a shot of the guitarist over on one side, and you are right.
Yes.
You've got this, the speaker right next to your ear, and it's just like
horrible.
You can put some tape over, gaffer tape, over just a cone. Takes away the sharp bits.
Yeah, well, this is all because it's fine when once you're in the audience and a little bit further back, but when you're literally 30 centimeters from it, then that's a bit too loud.
That's what I like about Airborne, because he shows they're really loud and they're real. So he goes up in this last song like damn, and go up and put up the volume, and all the amps. Break the rules.
Robert Cray last night did the opposite. He was just playing the guitar solo and just getting quieter and quieter, and it's like almost so quiet you can hardly hear it. And then he just clapped his hands by the microphone really loud, woke everybody up. Because everyone's just listening here, so really quiet, really quiet. Bang!
That's evil. I would be like, fuck you.
Worked though, woke everybody up.
Everybody was awake then.
Yeah, so you've obviously been doing a bit of a press tour. I noticed you've been in a couple of different countries already. Yeah.
Germany,
Yeah.
the press tour, yeah.
How many more have you got to do? Yeah, more
Today's
dates.
our
Oh, today.
last day.
Right,
So
yeah.
we fly home tonight.
And then you get a nice break for the rest of the year, is it? Yeah. Or starting to plan for other things. Yeah.
We have
Kind of.
3 big shows
Yeah.
in Sweden
Right.
A
coming in
possible
a few
TV
weeks.
thing coming up. For
Yeah, maybe on TV Germany as well.
Hopefully. But
Some boxing game.
yeah.
They want
so-
Thundermother playing it. I like that when the boxers go in, you know.
Yeah. Some like I said, it's one of the famous boxers in Germany or something.
I hope
But
it's-
so we've got a couple of shows, and then we each individually are all busy anyway.
And
so-
then we leave in that. We have holiday in December.
Yeah,
So
we were asked to do some touring in December, but we've just said no.
we have been
because
touring for years.
We need our break now.
We have just come. We just finished a month of touring now, so
Yeah.
Literally bounce back. So yeah, and I think we were discussing it anyway. Looking at ideas now.
it would be nice to
The
come
third record. and
play like here in England in the spring, like three
Yeah.
shows around London.
That's what we're hoping.
We
Anyway.
have so many friends in Croydon, so I really want to go play Croydon.
Well, Croydon's, so only sort of 10 to 15 minutes on
Yeah,
the train
it's
into
not
London
far
for
at all.
them, so
Yeah, and
yeah, so playing in central London is
they have
just
Primark.
easy.
we don't have that in Sweden.
Right,
We
yeah.
love Primark.
We've got Primark right.
As soon as we see a Primark, the Swedes in the budget just buy, we run in for socks. The socks cost like 8 quid in Sweden for one pair.
Oh yeah.
We buy 7 pairs for 3 quid here, like crazy.
Yeah, and Sweden's quite an expensive country, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we have the same t-shirt for 4 years now. I can't afford to buy new.
And of course, the important question
That's
for
what we-
musicians is, so how expensive is a beer in Sweden? Yeah.
It's
Mental,
like
it's
crazy.
7 quid.
Yeah, minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah, it's insane.
And wine is worse, and drinks is impossible to buy.
Like
So
a glass of
you have to be
wine
rich to have a rum and coke.
is more expensive than a whole bottle of cost to some places.
And we don't have you can't buy liquor in any shop.
No.
It's monopoly, so you have to go to a place called Systembolaget. And they're closed on weekends and after 5. Like, you're
In other words, whenever you want wine, you can't buy
Exactly.
it.
And the government like, it's to protect you from alcoholism.
Doesn't protect the Irish. I came in and I was like, what the fuck? You can't buy it in the supermarkets? No. Crazy.
Yeah.
But,
So it's a plan to get drunk in Sweden.
yeah.
I think this is why so many Swedish and Finnish bands come on tour so often. It's like, quick, get out of the country, we
Yeah.
drink all the time.
Yeah.
As soon as we see the rider,
Even if you go just to Denmark, you're like, oh yeah.
I'm gonna have a glass of wine now for lunch just because it's so cheap here.
Yeah. Right, that's great. Thanks very much for your time.